What? You created your own strategy? This might be a disaster.
Well, good morning. It's Friday. It's March the 29th. I'm going to try something this morning. I'm going to combine some of the features of about 3 or 4 different strategies that I've been playing with. I'm going to try to combine them all into one strategy. And some of the things I'm going to keep in, I may not agree with, but I'm going to keep them in anyway, just to see how it works. I'm going to record this. It may turn out to be completely terrible, and but if it does turn out to be good, I want to make sure I capture it. So I don't have a name for this yet. Maybe we'll call this the Mr. B combination strategy.
Now, that's a really dumb name.
But basically, I like the idea of betting a large amount on your first roll and try to get a quick hit and regress. When I tried this at the $320, well, the 220 inside, I added 25 on the 4 and 10 and made it 320 because I wanted every number to be covered for the first hit. My thoughts are, you get a quick hit, you get out. So that's one of the first things I'm going to do. But before I even place the bet, I'm going to go ahead and stick with the last strategy. And after the point is established, I will wait for 2 rolls. This is just to get rid of any 0.7 out frustrations. Now, I can wait for 2 rolls, place my 320 bet, and then hit a 7. But if you get your bets out on the first opportunity when the point's established, and then you hit the 7, it seems to be very discouraging. So I'll wait the two rolls. If I play this strategy again, I'll play it without waiting the 2 rolls and see just how often do we actually roll a 0.7 out. Then I will, I want to get 2 hits. I want to get 2 hits at that high level, because the 320 across will pay $70 on the inside numbers. But if I can get 2 hits and I can get about $140, then I will regress down to the 2-step initial setup, which is $10 on the 4, $20 on the 5, $30 on the 6, $30 on the 8, $20 on the 9, $10 on the 10, and I will use the betting strategy that we covered in my last video, and I'll put the table back up on the screen. But basically the 4 will start at 10. First hit will press to 25. The second hit will press to 50. The third hit will press to 100, and then we'll collect. On the 5 and 9 at $20, the first hit will press to 50. The second hit will press to 80. Then we collect. And the 6 and 8 starts with a $30 initial bet. The first hit will press to 66. The second hit we press to 102 and then collect. So again, I'll put the table up, but then if that works out well, I'll do the press and collect so that I can try to lock in some profits. And if I get to the point where I am at the 3rd level and I get lucky enough to hit that a couple times, I'll regress back down to the initial betting level and lock in more profits. So that's the thoughts. Let me go ahead and run this out, and we'll see how it looks. So I'm going to play at a $500 bankroll, bubble craps. And I'm going to establish a point. Okay, the point's an 8. Now, the button will move to the 8. Now, per the 2-step strategy, I will wait for 2 numbers to be rolled. 2 non-7s to be rolled. There's a 9, so that's the first one. And I can hear the comments already. If you would have put your 320 across, you would have hit that 9 and had $70 in your bank. I get it. I know. Okay, there's the 5. I would add another $70, but I'm trying to avoid that 0.7 out. That seems to come up a lot, but who knows what a lot is. So let's go ahead and put our initial bets out. We click on the 25. We do a cross 2 times, and that's a $320 dollar initial bet. So the inside numbers should pay around $70, maybe a little more on the buys. The 50s will pay 98, I believe, on the buy because of the VIG. So we want 2 hits here. If we can get 2 hits here, we could have between $140 and $200 in our bank that we can then regress down to the initial 2-step betting level. So let's try to get 2 hits here. Okay, there's a 9. That $50 9 pays 72 because of the buy bet. Let's get one more hit and then we'll go to the next step. And it's an 8. That's the point. The puck will go off. That $60 on the 8 also pays $70. So I have $142. My puck is off. So I will roll for the point, and then I will take these bets down and regress. Okay, the point's a 6. Puck will move to the 6. We're going to take these bets down, and we're going to go to the 120 across, but we're going to set it up the way the 2-step instructed us to set it up, which is basically 2 across, 2 inside, lock in the 6 and 8, 1 on the 6, 1 on the 8. 10 on the 4 and 10, 20 on the 5 and 9, 30 on the 6 and 8. And again, if the 4 or the 10 hits, we'll press to 25. Second hit will press to 50, third hit will press to 100, and then we collect. On the 5 and 9, the 20, the first hit goes to 50, the second hit presses to 80, and then we collect. On the 6 and 8, the first hit presses to 66, and the second hit presses to 102, and we collect. So it's more of a power press. We have to actually drop an extra $1 to the dealer to press those bets, and I'll show you that hopefully if this works out. So here we go. Let's go ahead and try to hit a couple numbers here. Okay, there's a 6. So the 30 pays 35. We drop $1 to make it 36. Add to the 30, that makes it 66. So this is going to press to 66. And that was our number. That was our point. So the puck goes off. Let's make sure that bet is off. Okay, all of our bets are off. Okay, so when the puck is off because we hit the number, as soon as we get the next point established, we continue betting. If the puck is off because we hit a 7, we have to establish a point and then wait for 2 rolls. Okay, so let's go ahead and establish a point. The point will be a 5. The puck goes to the 5. Our bets go on. And our first hit we collected. I'm sorry, our first hit we pressed. So this next hit we will collect. And it's a 5 point. So that pays 29. We'll collect that. The puck is off. Our bets are off. We now need to establish a point. We're back on the 5. Puck moves to the 5. We collected that last bet, so the next bet we will press. And it's a 7 out. Okay, so we lose the 156 that's out on our bets. That takes our profit down to $50 for that shooter. Okay, let's try another shooter here. Shooter number 2 coming out. Okay, the point will be a 4. We'll put the we'll move the puck to the 4. We will wait for 2 rolls because we 7'd out. So we have to wait for our 2 rolls. There's 1 roll. It's a point. Puck will come off, but that still counts as 1 roll. Let's go ahead and establish a point. It's a 6. Puck moves to the 6. We need 1 more roll before we can put our initial bets out. And it's a 4. Okay, so now we can put our initial bet of $3.20 across, which is $25 across 2 times. And this is the scary part. We're putting $320 at risk. This is where we need to hit 2 times. There's the 6. That's the point. Point 6, the puck goes off. That pays $70. And because the puck goes off because we hit the number, we do not have to wait for 2 rolls. We just want to get a point established and continue with our second hit at this level. There's a 7. That's good. Hit those 7s when the puck is off. Let's go ahead and get a point. Okay, there's the 8. So the puck moves to the 8. Our bets are back on. We need 1 more hit at this level, and then we'll regress down. 12, no help. Let's get a box number here. There's a 9. So the $50 on the 9 pays $72. So now we have our 2 hits. We have a $70 hit and we have a $72 hit. So we have $140. We take our bets down and we regress to 120 based on the 2-step. So 20, 10, 20, 30, 30, 20, 10. And the first hit will be a collect. We always collect on the first hit. We got to put a little bit back in the rack. Okay, there's a 10. That pays 19. So I think the last time I pressed first, but I'm going to collect first on this one. As long as you alternate between the 2 so that you're putting money in the rack. So we're going to collect that. Our next hit we will press. It's an 8. 30 pays 35. We'll drop the dealer $1 to make it 36. Add it to the 30, so that presses the 8 to 66. And make sure that is off, which it is. The puck is off because we hit the point. Now we need to establish a point. The point will be a 4. Puck moves to the 4. Our bets are back on. We pressed the last hit, that $8, that $35 on the 8 pressed up to 66. So we're going to collect the next hit will be a collect. And that's the point 4. 10 will pay 19. 10 will pay 19. We'll collect that. Puck will go off. And we'll establish a new point. Our bets are off. There's a 7. Let's keep rolling those 7s with the puck off. That is key to any strategy success. Puck is still off. Let's go ahead and get a point. Okay, the point is back on the 4. Our bets are back on. We collected that last bet because we still only have $10 on the 4 when we hit for 19, so we had to have collected that, so we're going to press. And there's the 7 out. Okay, so we lost 156 that was on the table. Takes our net profit down to 111. Let's look at our shooters. So shooter 1 rolled 11 times, hit the point 3 times, won us $50. Shooter 2 rolled 16 times, hit the point 4 times, and won $60. We're at 27 rolls. Let's try one more shooter and see how this works out. So let's go to rolls. Let's establish a point. Okay, there's a 7 on the come out. That doesn't hurt us and helps us because it gets the 7s out of the way. Let's get a point. The point is back on the 4. We have put the point on the 4 several times during this roll, during these 3 rolls. Okay, we need to now roll 2 times without hitting a 7. There's the first time. One more roll. There's the second time. So just FYI, all 3 rollers did not hit a 7 after we set the initial point. So a 0.7 out did not come out at all for these 3 rollers, these 3 shooters. So someone's going to make a comment that we lost money by not betting on those first 2 rolls. But that's okay. All right, we're ready to set our initial bet at 320 across. And we need 2 hits at this level. And that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. That loses us $320. That puts us in the red.
That's gonna leave a mark.
So we won 2 out of 3 and we're still losing. So the big risk on this strategy is putting that initial $320 bet on the table and rolling the dice and avoiding the 7. We avoided it the first 2 rollers, the first 2 shooters. We did not avoid it on the 3rd shooter. Since that was a very quick roll, let's do one more. There's the 4 again. So we're going to mark the 4. Again, per the strategy, we're going to roll 2 times. The first roll's a 9. The second roll's a 9. So we've rolled 4 shooters and avoided the 0.7 out. Now we're going to get risky here and put 320 across. Well, we're not going to put 320 across because we're out of chips. So we have all of our chips in play. Let's roll. There's an 11, no help. So what do? We got 60 here. We have 50. We only have 46 on the 5. We only have 25 on the 4. So the 6, 8, 9, and 10 are where we want them. So we'd like to hit one of those numbers. Nope, we hit a 7. That takes all of our chips. So we are down to 0. What started to be a very encouraging roll went south very quick. I will do the same strategy again without rolling 2 numbers after the point and see if that really makes a difference. We did roll the 7 more than expected, but unfortunately the last couple 7s came when we had the most money at risk. So I think that's where we'll end this roll. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. Thanks for watching, and I'll go ahead and post this. I post the good ones and the bad ones, and then we'll try again with just a little bit of a deviation. Okay, thanks for watching.